My name's Cade. I'm in Year 12 and in the future I'm planning to study at Charles Sturt University for a Master in Veterinary Sciences, and I'd like to specialise in cattle.
Cade took a school-based apprenticeship in New South Wales, so got real-world experience and a vocational education and training qualification.
First thing we do when we get the animal in is you want to calm them down.
By following his normal school program the rest of the time, he will also have the qualifications he needs to start uni next year.
After I complete Year 12, I will come out with a Certificate 2 from TAFE in Animal Studies. I will come out with a high school certificate, and I'll come out with an ATAR, and I'll come out with all the connections and bonds that I've made with people in the industry that I've been set up with by my employer.
As part of his apprenticeship, Cade studied for his TVET qualification in Animal Studies in block release at Nowra TAFE College and worked Thursdays and Saturdays on the Nicholas cattle property at Nowra Hill.
Mainly what I do when I come to the farm is properly manage a big mob of cattle, and I really enjoy doing that. Being able to go and do what I like for one day a week, especially on a Thursday, because it breaks up the week really nice. It helps me pay more attention in class especially, and it gives me a sort of application for what I do. So when I'm in biology or chemistry, I'm all constantly thinking back to what I do on the farm and relating it. So it keeps me really into it.
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. For Cade, he was becoming a bit disengaged with the schooling system, just that, so this TVET process, it gave him the opportunity to come to the farm one day a week, as well as opportunity to go to TAFE, and the change in Cade has been absolutely incredible, and I put that a lot down to Steve and Susan, his mentors here at the farm. They have been pivotal, I would say, in Cade's growth as a person, and the passion that they've showed and instilled in our boy have set him on a course of success.
It's a good working relationship, and we don't see Cade as a worker that comes here. We see him as part of the team, and he's got a responsible role in the management of the animals, the feeding of the animals. He knows enough about the biodynamics of their ruminants and the feed. So if I ask him a question, he'll always give me a sensible answer. And if he doesn't know, he'll find out.
He makes it a challenge a fair bit. Like sometimes when I'm training the calves, he'll give me the most rowdy and untrained one because it's a bit of practice and he likes watching me run around with them. Being on the farm and managing the cattle, especially doing all their medications and dietary requirements, really solidified to me that doing veterinary sciences and studying about that is exactly what I want.
Cade discovered his interest in farming almost by accident.
At first it was a small thing at school. I just happened to be placed into agriculture in Year 8 as part of a subject selection. And from there I really enjoyed it. So Year 9 and Year 10 I picked that as well. And come Year 10 there was a thing called the School Steer Spectacular put on by the South Coast Beef Production Group. And I really enjoyed that because it had me working with cattle. So I went to my careers advisor, Miss McNeil, who's amazing, and she set me up with everything so far.
His supervisor Steve says it was a simple decision to take Cade on because he has a natural talent for working with animals.
Come on, girls. When he did the introductory courses that we had at the schools, we found that he was very, very amiable and easy to move around with the animals, and they moved around well for him. And when the opportunity came up for him to come here, we already knew that he had a good attitude towards the animals, he had a good attitude towards work, and he liked what we were doing with the animals. The only thing he didn't like was being pushed out into the limelight to show the animals and being out there. But we found that his capability with the animals and the ease with which they warmed to him was simple for us. It was like a hand in glove.
Cade was the more quiet, reserved, shy kid. And being here on the farm, it's not just limited to looking after the cattle. He's had so many more opportunities. So he's been able to go to be involved with the Steer Spectacular, and this year he was able to do it as a mentoring role because last year he actually won. On top of that, his role in being able to be at all the different shows that have been around, so the Canberra Royal Show as well as all the local ones, and that has made him grow as a person because he's had to get out in front of people and perform with the cattle, and that has really grown his self-confidence.
Show me how you do a frame score and you do a body score and how you set it up.
Cade was a recipient of an Excellence in Vocational Education and Training Award and can't speak highly enough of his experiences during his apprenticeship.
It's been flawless pretty much.
Yeah, definitely life-changing. Like the opportunities it's providing Cade is setting him up for life.